Have you ever thought about doing a back-to-back? Not really for sure, or maybe you got a back-to-back and it's like, what's some tips? What are the things to look forward to? Check this video out. Hey, welcome to Blue Collar Cruising. This is a place we talk about cruising and we go cruising and we share our experiences with you guys. So if you like this kind of garbage, make sure you subscribe to the channel. This video I want to talk about back-to-back cruising. Give you guys some tips, some stories that I have from my first back-to-back. We got a back-to-back cruise later on this year. Can't wait for that one. It's going to be on the Carnival Dream. Hadn't been on the Dream in some time. I'm looking forward to it. But on a back-to-back, the first thing you want to do before you book, okay, obviously you got to make sure you can book it, right? Make sure you can get off work. But when you're saying, okay, I want to do a back-to-back and choose a room for me, Mr. Carnival website person, I wouldn't do that. The advantage and the great thing about back-to-back cruising is if you book the same room. So what I do, I book my cruises online. I don't call anybody. I do it online. But I'll go on 1 week and look online, see available rooms. I kind of got an idea what kind of room I want. And then on the next week I'll go do it. And if I see a room that is available for both of them, and if it works, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to change a room. Because that really, changing the room and having to pack everything and then unpack, that's a pain in the butt. But I will say this, if you decide to do that, you can have your room steward move your stuff to your next room for you. That's an advantage you have if you do go on a back-to-back, but you have a different room, okay? But I highly suggest get in the same room. That way you don't have to pack and unpack again. You have the convenience of getting out there, and just relaxing. When everyone's packing on that last sea day and they put their luggage out to the hall, or in that last day everyone's looking all sad because I got to go back to work. I mean, that's the advantage of having a back-to-back. Right? As you can sit there and say, you have me and my wife, we're going down to the dining room, and this is what they'll have you do. They'll have you go down to a dining room or a specific place where they'll put all the back-to-back people all in one location, and you kind of have to wait. You can't just go you can go upstairs and go get breakfast, but they want you out of your stateroom. That way the room steward can still clean. They're still going to clean during that time. So they really want you out of your stateroom by a certain time, and it varies from different ship and where the ship's located out of, different time zones, whatnot. But they'll put you in a room just like this, and they'll have some, refreshments out there, and you'll kind of meet and mingle with other back-to-back people, and you'll get to hear their stories. And there's always someone doing a back-to-back for 2 freaking months. Okay, there's always someone like that, and they'll sit there and they'll tell you that they're doing this. Okay. And you could go, and they're doing this just to sit there and make you envious of them. I'm just sitting there saying, I don't look past it, right? I mean, it doesn't bother me if that's what they do. All right. Hey, you earned it. Gloat, okay? However you did. Maybe you're retired. Maybe you get to work from cruise ship or whatever. Maybe you're just blessed. Talk about it. It ain't going to bother me none whatsoever. But understand there's going to be people like that, and you'll get to meet them. But you'll have a person come around just like I have this person right here. Now, different ships will have different procedures, right? Some ports, they make you get off the ship and come back on. In this particular, this is the Vista out of Galveston back in 2023. Hopefully I didn't butcher that year. I think it was 23 or 22. And we did a back-to-back that year, and all we had to do is just they have a list and they go out about that. So that goes back to when you go and book your cruise. Okay, you do want to call Carnival and talk to a rep and make sure that those two cruises are linked together. Okay, That way it makes this process right here that I'm showing you right here look good. He's taking a picture of my wife right now, and he's gonna be taking a picture of me, and because you got to do that just like you do in the ports, right? You have to do that before you go and ship. You got to get a picture done and all that sort of stuff. It's all fun. But that's it. They'll give you your new card and you're good to go. And all that. You could go and say if you want to go, and they'll tell you when you're free to leave. They'll still want to hold you in the area. But have you ever like been on a cruise or going on a cruise and you're getting on the ship and you're one of the first, say because you have a suite, and one of the perks is you're one of the first to be on the ship, or maybe you're diamond platinum, again, one of the first to get on the ship, and you'll sit there and see people in that atrium bar already getting started. You say, man, that was fast. How'd you get there and I got that drink halfway down already? That's because most of those people are back-to-backers, and they're there to watch you. And it's a fun. I am a professional people watcher when it comes to cruising. Here's another tip. Bring enough clothes, but you're probably going to run out of clothes. So you definitely want to utilize the laundromat. The best time to utilize a laundromat on a ship on a back-to-back, I believe, is on the first day of that second leg. When people are just getting on the ship, throw some dirty clothes in there. There's not going to be anyone in there. You think, well, how small is a laundromat on these ships? They're pretty small. It's not like a laundromat in town. Okay, it is pretty small. And a lot of times, if you're doing it in middle or late in the cruise, you're fighting with other people to get a washer or dryer. Where on the first day, there may be one or two people in there, if you're lucky. In our experience, no one was in there, and that's a great time to throw some things in there because hey, you've already experienced the ship, right? The people doing the sail away and they're all excited. And you may want to get excited and watch the sail away party and do all that stuff again. Or, if you're chill like we are, we're super chill when we're on the ship. That's the time to do things, those sort of things right there. So when you leave, there's a lot of options that you can do. I will say, again, they pretty much want you out of the staterooms until 1:30. That's Galveston time at least. Here's another thing. See, these people are getting off the ship, right? And you're watching all these people are down. Listen, like I said, I am a people watcher, and to watch people get off the ship, you'll notice this crowd right here, they're all sad. I'm sad when I'm getting off the ship, right? So, but then you'll notice if you sit here like I did on this particular cruise, I was people watching as the people got on. It was so interesting to watch people's faces when they first get on the ship, especially if it's like their first time. You can always tell if it's their first time. The people who's been doing it for a while, they already know where they're going, right? It's like, okay, give me an elevator, get me stairs, get me a guy's burger, get me a drink. Okay? So, one of the things you can take advantage of, a lot of the pools may be closed at this point, but sometimes you will find a pool. If you want a jacuzzi, a hot tub all to yourself, this is a great time for it. Okay? If they have them open. Obviously, you can get you a spot on the Lido. It's a great time for it. There's so many advantages of doing this. And there's another thing. There's a behind the scenes tour that Carnival does. I'm sure other cruise ships do it too. It's called Behind the Fun with Carnival. I suggest doing it on the last full sea day of the first leg. That way, when you get back to your room, you don't have to pack. Okay, you can just go rest your legs or whatever. It's a great time to go and and kind of venture out and do something different. So if you're wanting to do that on that first leg towards the end of the thing. Don't do it on your second leg, at the end, because then you're still having to pack, and a lot of times you got 2 weeks worth of stuff to pack. Also, when it comes to packing to get on the ship, we just say this: if you're like us and you like to have snacks and that sort of stuff, make sure you bring snacks for 2 weeks. And watch this. When you're we bring some canned drinks, and you're only allowed a 12 pack, per 12 pack per person for a leg of a cruise. But if you tell them, it's like, hey, all right, we're going on back to back here, they'll let you on. As a matter of fact, with this particular cruise right here, when we brought 2 per person, so we had 4 for 2 people, they didn't even question us in Galveston. They didn't even question it. I really was taken back by that. I was expecting them to do that. If you're doing this for the very first time, just do a back-to-back. Don't do 3 legs or 4 legs on your first time, because I could tell you this. At the end of the 2 weeks we were out there, I was pretty much ready to get off the ship. I was ready to go home. I had work to do. I was very refreshed. Had work to do, like cutting my grass. Okay. But at the end of that second leg, I was ready to get off. I was pretty pooped. I was ready to go. So I wouldn't overbook it on your first time around, just to make sure you do like the back-to-back process. But hey, if I had it my way again, if I had the option to do 3 or 4 weeks, I would still I may venture to do 3 weeks, maybe, but 2 weeks is a lot. 4 weeks, I couldn't even do it. And when we were on this cruise, we had people that, like I said, they were on there for like months at a time, and they were just blessed like that. And look at these people getting on the ship. Some of them, like this is not our first rodeo. And then you got the guys that come on here and it's like, man, I have no clue. It's so funny to watch the different types, right? And everyone's soaking in, like the guy behind me with the camera, soaking in, have a good time. And I did this on my back-to-back, watching people. I think my next time around, I'm not going to do this. I'm probably just go claim a spot up on the Lido and go and enjoy it like that. I'm hoping to do a weekly video for cruising, but other stuff that I got going on until our cruise is several months away still, or back to back. So I don't have a lot of content for you guys, but I do have some tips from cruising tips and whatnot. But I also have some stuff that I do that I'll be testing some stuff out, like truck shows and stuff that I'll post on here until we get to that time. But I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you have any questions about cruising, let me know and maybe I can answer it for you.